video, I'm going to be doing a read aloud on this week's reading for Urban Plan Economics. So the title of this week's reading is Different Types of Real Estate. We're going to be focusing first on apartments. Just a little quick note, if you see my eyes go up and down, that means I'm reading. So I'm reading the text as I go along, and you should read the text with me. So apartments. So I'm sure if you walked around Brooklyn, you would see many apartments just like these. What is an apartment? An apartment is a residential unit that is part of one or several residential buildings. There's typically one owner or management company for all the units who handle all the maintenance and upkeep. Depending on the residence, tenants have the option to rent or own their own unit. Pros of living in an apartment. One reason people choose to live in apartments is that they are more affordable and flexible, allowing people to move to another apartment building or to one in another part of the city or the country. You can also choose from a short-term or long-term lease depending on your needs. So, another reason people live in apartments is that they are easily accessible to local stores for shopping. In other types of real estate, people would have to drive to the nearest store, whereas living in apartments, tenants can easily walk to stores. So now we're going to look at the cons. While there are many good reasons for living in an apartment, there are drawbacks. For example, if you choose to rent an apartment, you lose out on the opportunity to buy a home and build long-term wealth through equity. Owning a home can gain you profits, while renting will not. Lack of parking and limited privacy are a few more reasons that cause people to avoid living in apartments. So we just looked at apartments, so now we're going to look at luxury apartments. Pay particular attention to the pictures. What do you notice that's different from this picture when compared to this picture? So what are luxury apartments? A luxury apartment is a high-end apartment that includes everything you could ever want or need. Luxury apartments are large and spacious and situated in premium locations. They have top-of-the-line appliances and housewares, a concierge, on-site parking, sometimes valet parking is available, and countless amenities. Such amenities could include on-site movie theaters, high-end fitness centers, large pools, spas, and others. Luxury apartments are well taken care of and include many things other apartments don't have. Appliances and decor are often updated, and there are excellent amenities, as I previously mentioned. So what are the pros? Luxury apartments are larger than normal, have the best views of the city, and are often the most private and secure. What are the cons? Luxury apartments are much more expensive than regular apartments. Because they are so fancy, there is a higher demand for these types of apartments, and there isn't enough supply. Rental rules can be strict, and sometimes the decor can be difficult to change. Condos. What are condos? A condominium, called condo for short, is a privately owned individual unit within a building of other units. Condo owners jointly own shared common areas such as pools, garages, elevators, and gyms. Depending on the residence, tenants have the option to rent or own their unit. Compared to buying a home, condos are often cheaper both in terms of purchase price and taxes. There are many reasons people choose to live in condos. The first reason is for lower maintenance living. The owners of condos take care of rudimentary tasks like mowing the lawn, shoveling snow, garbage disposal, and necessary fixes. Next, some condo buildings have security staff. In addition, condos are more affordable when compared to single family homes. Pros. Lastly, depending on the condo community, you may have access to top-notch amenities like a rooftop deck, business center, pool, dog park, covered parking, clubhouses, and more. Cons. There are many reasons people choose not to live in condos. For starters, condos can be a riskier investment. If one person forecloses or short sells their condo, it can take a toll on your value since you're in the same complex. Lack of privacy, limited outdoor space, and high maintenance fees are additional costs associated with owning a condo. Now we're on to townhouses. What is a townhouse? Townhouses are multi-floor homes that share 1 to 2 walls with adjacent properties but have their own entrances. In the suburbs, townhouses are often uniform homes built in a distinct community. Newer urban townhouses may also have a uniform look, but older townhouses in cities tend to be more traditional row homes that can stretch for city blocks. Depending on the residence, tenants have the option to rent or own their own unit. Pros. People typically buy townhouses for a number of reasons. The first is they are generally less expensive than single-family homes in the same area if they have a similar square footage. The next reason is maintenance. The smaller size of a townhouse means that they require less maintenance. Some townhouses include a pool and access to a small amount of outdoor space. Now we're doing cons. People avoid purchasing townhouses for a number of reasons. The first is noise pollution. Since you're in close proximity to your neighbors, you may have to deal with more noise and traffic than you would in a single family home. Lastly, townhouses are multi-level. It can be an issue for some older homeowners. Now we're on to retail. So what is retail space? Retail space is considered commercial real estate. Commercial real estate refers to building or land intended to generate profit. Retail space is commercially zoned space used solely for business purposes, the actual selling of the product rather than its manufacture. Examples of retail include delis, stores, restaurants, cafes, malls, shopping centers, and shops. The pros. There are many benefits for having retail space in your local community. For example, retail space has the ability to keep and attract new residents in the community. People like to know that they don't have to leave their community to go shopping or go out to eat. Next, retail space makes living in the community convenient. If you're cooking your favorite dish and you don't have an ingredient, rather than panic, you can run to your local deli or supermarket to easily get what you need. Lastly, having retail space has the ability to generate revenue, profit for the community. If a business is successful, then that means there is more money for the community when it comes to taxes. Cons of retail space. There are a number of challenges retail space can bring to a community. If a retail space is successful, then it could attract large crowds. This could bring noise pollution and contribute to a lack of parking for the local community. On the other hand, if the retail space is unsuccessful and goes out of business, then the abandoned space could become an eyesore for the area. Lastly, if there are several retail spaces on a street, then after store hours, the street/area can become a dead zone. Okay, so this is our last one. You're doing great if you're still following. Community space. What is community space? A community space is somewhere for local people to gather and connect, to do things together and pursue shared interests or activities, both serious and fun. This can mean a community space could be a wide range of places, indoors or outdoors, new or old, and in between. This can mean they are a local hub, hall, or room, a garden, allotment, sports, or pastime space. So now we want to talk about the pros. There are numerous benefits for having a community space. The most important would be it gives the residents a place to socialize, practice their hobbies, learn a new skill, and/or to spend their free time. It is also a great place to network and build connections. Cons of community space. A thriving community space can present challenges for local neighborhoods. For instance, if the community space is popular, then it could attract crowds of people and it can contribute to noise pollution and limited parking. Also, community space doesn't always generate revenue for the community. So, this is the end of the reading. Good luck with your assignment this week. Bye.